Craig Foss.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance and reads, how is the government helping households and businesses affected by the Canterbury earthquake?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, the government is prioritising help for households and businesses affected by the Canterbury earthquake. Government yesterday announced a wage subsidy to support employees of small businesses seriously disrupted by the earthquake. The aim of the initiative is to keep people in jobs and support small businesses that are unable to operate or to pay their staff. We put aside $15 million for the wage subsidy because these businesses have been hard hit and they need some help through the worst of it.
Craig Foss.
Supplementary to the Minister. How will the subsidy work?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, the subsidy will be paid to businesses with fewer than 20 employees where earthquake damage means they can't operate or pay wages. It will be paid for up to 4 weeks initially, and businesses can then reapply if after 4 weeks they're still unable to operate. The Prime Minister has indicated that businesses with just over 20 workers may also be accommodated on a case-by-case basis depending on their circumstances. Eligible employers will receive a $350 per week gross wage subsidy paid in advance as a lump sum backdated to the date of the earthquake, and of course employers will be free to top up the subsidy.
Supplementary.
Craig Foss.
Supplementary to the Minister. When will the subsidy become available?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, affected businesses can apply to work and income for the subsidy from tomorrow, and they will be paid within 24 hours, that is by the next day. The government has deliberately fast-tracked this response because we are aware that small businesses who, for instance, turned up to work on Monday and had nothing to sell could find themselves very rapidly under financial pressure and unable to pay their staff, who are in many cases personally vulnerable at this time as well.
Craig Foss.
To the Minister, what assistance is available to homeowners with damaged land or buildings?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, any business or homeowner with insurance cover is eligible for assistance from the Earthquake Commission. In the first instance, they can claim up to $100,000 plus GST at 15% for damage to buildings and $20,000 plus GST for damage to contents. After that, their own insurance kicks in. If land requires remediation or cannot be built on, EQC will pay out that cost. The exact amount of required remediation and payment will be determined by an EQC engineer. As at midday today, EQC had received about 30,000 claims. In total, is expecting to receive about 100,000 claims with a cost somewhere between $1 and $2 billion.
Supplementary.
Craig Foss.
To the Minister, what challenges does EQC face in assessing claims?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, there are huge challenges in assessing the large number of claims. Along with private insurers, EQC face a massive task to compile and process up to 100,000 claims. They have staff on the ground now and hope to have the first of 10 field offices opened by Friday, and each of the 10 offices will have around 40 staff. We've been assured that they are working as fast as they can to assess and process claims, but this still could take some time. And of course, once claims are processed, it may be some time before building services are able to be procured. But ECC is working with councils, private insurers and the government. In fact, they've been having a meeting during starting at 2 o'clock to see just how this process can be expedited. In the meantime, EQC advise the best way for homeowners to lodge their claim is through the EQC website.
The Honourable Annette King.
Is it the government's approach to err on the side of generosity when assessing the eligibility of Cantabrians for government support?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, with respect to welfare assistance and the wage subsidy, I think that has been the case. With respect to insurance cover, we want to be sure that all the available insurance cover is fully understood, and it seems likely that much, if not most, of the potential liability is covered by the private insurers who have reassured us that they have the capacity to pick up costs, and by EQC who equally have the capacity to pick up the likely costs.
Question number 2, the Honourable Annette